Hey guys, welcome back to Creative Loop TV. It's Hazel. Today in the loop we have Jax the Beat Bully. Perhaps you haven't heard of him, but you probably bumped into his work and fallen in love with it. He's a Zimbabwean producer and has created beats for artists like Peels and Voltz JT. He's also known for his banger beat on Voltz JT's hit song These Days. Hi Jax, lovely to have you on Creative Loop TV.
It's good to be here. How are you?
Doing alright. We have had a chance to chat with a couple of hip-hop artists, and it's nice to finally have someone who's on the other end of things, behind the scenes. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Jax, aka Jax the Beat Bully, aka Jax on the track. I'm a music producer, mainly focusing on hip-hop. So yeah, pretty much that's it.
Is Jax your birth name?
No, obviously not. Like, it's a stage name. My birth name is Talent Passionate Ujeketwa. So Jax comes from Ujeketwa. It's a short something.
Okay. Right. So I was reading somewhere that you have been in this industry. You started making beats when you were 15 years old. Tell us about that. What inspired you, or how did you learn that when you're at that age?
Yeah, I was just listening to music and I was inspired by other producers such as Mike who made it and other producers that were doing it in the USA. So I was just inspired to make beats. I wanted to rap first, but then kind of grew on me and I ended up making beats. Yeah.
So you learned everything by yourself?
Yeah, I learned everything by myself and YouTube. Yeah.
Interesting. So at 15 you're making beats. How did the parents take it? Were they okay with it, or they were like, "Chimbeta the chore"?
Nah, they were okay with it. It's just my mom. My mom is cool with it. Yeah.
But dad not so much?
He's not in the picture. He was not in the picture. So yeah.
Alright. So which artists have you worked with so far?
Oh, I've worked with a lot of artists, but mainly I've worked with Peels, if you know Peels, and Voltz JT, Tivo, Asaph, etc. Just to mention a few, and other upcoming artists. So yeah.
How did you end up working with such well-known artists in the industry?
Actually, I started working with them when they were not known. Yeah, they were not famous back then. Peels, I met him when he wasn't that famous. He was famous, but not that famous. Voltz JT, we met when he wasn't famous at all. Yeah, we met at the University of Zimbabwe, so that's what's up.
So of the artists you have worked with, which one do you think does the most justice to your beats?
That's a trick question. Yeah, so it all depends with the type of beats, but I like them all. I like all of the artists I work with. Yeah, they do justice to my beats.
All of them?
All of them, yeah, pretty much.
Very diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
So since you're in this industry, producing, making beats, who are your top 5 best producers
In Zimbabwe.
in Zimbabwe?
Let's see. Number 1, I would put Take Fizo. Number 2, I would put Xander. Number 3, these are like the OGs. Yeah. Number 3, I would put no, those are the only 2 I respect.
Wow, you're not on the list.
Yeah, I'm humble like that.
Nice. Alright, so let's say I'm looking for a beat and want to start rapping or something. What's that process like, coming to you, wanting to work with you? How much am I going to expect to be charged?
Yeah, like it depends with the type of beat you want and all, but right now my beats are going for, like, full license is going for $200, but it depends with the agreement we devise. So it all depends with the kind of discussion we have. But
Alright, so you spoke about full licensing. Is there any other form of licensing that you do?
yeah, there is a beat list or beat leases. Beat leases are whereby I give an artist a beat, but he has limited rights to the beat. He's actually limited. He or she is actually limited to streams. If me, I give the artist room like 50k streams on digital platforms, various digital platforms, all digital platforms such as YouTube, Spotify, etc. So if he or she reaches 50k streams, then he or she has to renew the license from me. If he or she doesn't do that, then Content ID will do all the work for me.
So we've had a chance to chat with various artists in the industry, and many of them have the same, almost the same opinion on the state of the arts industry in Zimbabwe. What's your take on that, the state of the arts industry, from a producer's perspective?
Yeah, it's challenging. Like the environment out there is challenging, but mostly it's because of the economy we are operating in. So the challenge is, yeah, it's tough out there. It's challenging, but it's all about the work ethic. It's all about the love of your craft. At the end of the day, it all comes to that. If you don't have that, then you are not going anywhere, because it's actually very challenging out there for the arts industry, that is.
What do you think needs to be done to make the arts industry better or more bearable for artists
in Zimbabwe? Right now, I think the government should play a part in the arts scene. Like, we need subsidies from the government. Right now, the money is not circulating in the music, in the arts industry. We are doing everything by ourselves. We are funding ourselves. We are doing everything by ourselves. So it's actually challenging. But if the government plays a role in that, then everything will be said.
All right. So on the beats you've made, which one is your favorite?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite, because my beats are like my kids. So I don't have favorites. I just make beats the same way parents make kids.
All right, you're not running away from this one. All right, say just top 3.
Top 3 beats. Obviously, number 1 would be These Days by Voltz JT, because it's actually doing well. And second beats, that would be Office Job by Peels. I'm proud of that beat. Let's see, the other one is Mranda Jeda King by Voltz JT, if you have come across it. Yeah, that's it.
So usually when you make these beats, usually behind the scenes, but then when an artist's song becomes a hit and you've made the beat and they receive all the glory, doesn't that affect you in any way?
Yeah, it affects me. Like, they will be making tons of money from my beats, but right now I'm trying to work smart. Back then when I started out, it was all about just making beats, but now I'm seeing that my beats can actually generate money. I can make money from it. So in the music industry, the producer usually gets most of the money in terms of royalties. The producer gets all the money. Like, I've seen most split sheets on royalties. The producers are considered the songwriters. Like, the one who makes the chord progressions and all that, that's songwriting. The artist is usually on the lyric side of things, and he or she usually gets the lesser percentage than the producer. So I'm trying to get to that, like get to a position where I can negotiate with artists for them to just give me what I deserve. But at first it was just about making beats.
So is there some sort of a body where producers can air these grievances, or it's just one man for himself?
Yeah, there's nobody. There's just a producer and his brains or her brains. So at the end of the day, it's about how you choose to conduct your business. But producers don't realize they have the power. Producers have the power. They always had the power. Even before us, they had the power. Producers used to make more money than the artists, like in terms of royalties. What changed? Nothing changed. Producers just got dumber.
Right.
Like producers don't research on things, especially Zimbabwean producers. Most Zimbabwean producers, they're just nerds. They're just kids who came across a laptop and a hobby developed into a talent. But they don't know, like, it's intellectual property, and intellectual property, there is money involved when it comes to intellectual property. You can generate millions from intellectual property, but most producers, they don't really understand that or want to understand that.
So we can't go without asking you this. Jax the Beat Bully, what's his relationship status like?
Yeah, right now it's complicated.
Okay. If someone wants to work with you, what's the process like? How do they get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me on my phone number. My phone number is +263 784 943392, and also on my Instagram page, Jax Da Beat Bully, Jax_Da Beat Bully. Then also on my Twitter, Jax Da Beat Bully. I don't have a Facebook account, so that's it. Hey guys, you're watching Creative Loop. This is Jax the Beat Bully, aka Jax on the track. Peace. Yeah. God is good all the time.